Hello to everyone watching on YouTube and listening on Spotify. It's another episode of NRG Insights. And for those that don't know, NRG Insights is a podcast within the financial services market, speaking to influential people, whether that be from broking, lending, or ancillary products into the market. And today I have Danny Kiely from HDB. Thanks for joining me, Danny.
No worries at all. Thanks for having me on.
No problem at all. And the newly appointed head of sales at HDB, I'd like to add.
Yes. As of the 1st of
Congrats on
October.
the new job.
Yeah, very fresh.
Nice.
Very fresh. Really enjoying it.
Good. Yeah, good. So for people that don't know you, tell us about your financial services journey to where you are now as head of sales at HDB.
So I left school. I've got quite a funny journey actually. So I left school back in 2014, and I didn't intend to be in the industry, to be completely honest. I don't think really
Nobody does,
anyone
mate.
did. Yeah,
Nobody does.
exactly. I was going to be an accountant, funnily enough. That was the aim. And then a week after I left school, I managed to get an interview at Shawbrook Bank, just as an admin, kind of delivering posts to everyone on their desk, starting from the bottom. So I I kind of wanted my last 6 weeks holidays. That was kind of what my mum promised me back then. But then obviously that interview come up, so I was like, do I take the 6 weeks or do I take the interview? Went for the interview, managed to get the job, which is really, really good. And then I was at Shawbrook for 5 years. Started off as an admin, as I said, then moved up to like a senior kind of admin. Done that for about 2-3 years in Shawbrook. Then I moved over to the sales desk in Shawbrook, which was really good. Just internal, picking up the phone, kind of every broker calling in, going through inquiries, done about 80 to 100 calls a day. So that was fun. Done that for about 2 years. Then I got referred over to HDB by someone there. Someone actually referred me for an interview, which was really nice. That was to be a lending manager. Done the lender manager role for about a year and a half. Moved into the BDM role at HDB in London.
For lending managers, people that don't know the different titles, you were still on there it's the kind of the bridge between admin and sales, isn't it? You got like
So it's the sales side still. So what it entails is when a broker kind of submits a decision in principle to HDB, the lending manager is the one that picks up that decision in principle, runs the credit searches, does a mini rationale on the client, kind of like a pre-underwriter as such. But you also have the sales side of it as well, which is really good.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect role to kind of decide whether you want to go into the underwriting world or you want to go into the BDM world.
I love that role. I think, do you know, that role's brilliant across. Sorry to jump in. I think HCB do really well, not just blowing smoke. They do, like, having that mid-ground bridge between admin and sales is really useful, because not everyone, like, you find out what you excel at, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best thing about it. You do a little bit of everything. So you can kind of tailor it to what you like. And then the good thing about HTB is the progression is always there. So they're always looking to take on internal staff to go into the underwriting roles or the BDM roles.
Yeah, annoyingly, I think they should just take on new people all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, I've done that.
Go on, mate. So we'll stop you. Are you in that relationship management?
Yeah, so I've done
the
lender manager for about a year and a half. Then moved into London BDM.
Yeah.
Done that for about 4.5, 5 years. And then as of October the 1st, promoted to head of sales, which was amazing. Really, really good.
You're all right. The really good story as well about, like, when you look at people's careers, those who have done well, like, you've stuck at things for a good amount of time as well. You're not like desperately trying to move up the ladder, but moving up the ladder really nicely. And also start from that bottom. I'm sure you can tell me, I mean, what are the advantages of actually, like, working your way up, knowing what it's like to be at the tougher end of the stick when it comes to, like, the admin and even like do the post when you first started?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's vital, to be honest. It's been vital in my career, to be completely honest. Like, starting from the bottom as such, and then working your way up. When you eventually get up there, you understand all the problems that everyone has within the team and what the admin staff have problems with and how to overcome that. And it's just it's such a benefit, honestly. I always say to people, I could not recommend enough. If you want to kind of, wherever your end goal is, don't be put off by the journey. Don't rush into it. I see quite a few people nowadays that they chase titles sometimes and they just want to get to the top as quickly as possible. And although you might get to the top quicker, it will be a harder task when you are at the top.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
and
I
they don't
always say.
always get there either. I think if you don't enjoy that journey, you don't get there. Especially, I mean, you're not, guys. How old are you, Danny?
I'm 27.
Ask you a quick question just as you started drinking a drink. Then that was good. How old are you?
27.
Yeah, so you're not like you've been in a long time considering how like, young you are, but you must see it now, especially like I wouldn't even say the next generation because you are in that generation, but this instant gratification, and we speak to people all the time in recruitment where they want everything now. You know, they want your job now, and actually they don't see that you grafted for 5 years in admin before you even got a sniff at sales,
Yeah.
and then and then even in that you had to do another 2 or 3 years before you even got the BD job. Like it's graft, isn't it? You've got
Yeah.
to, and you got to accelerate those other jobs.
And yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's just it was hard work as such, just kind of putting in the overtime or putting in the extra work every day to get noticed as an admin to then get that
Yeah.
opportunity to build up.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it when people say that as well, because you need like, I don't think we sell it enough. Like it's fucking hard to get promoted. You've got to
Very
do the
hard.
job better than everyone else that's in your same position, you know, and you've got to work hard at it. But everyone will look at it like, oh, that's an easy transition. You've gone like, you know, admin, BD, but not everyone has. So it is, you know, it's an accolade to you and how hard you're working at it. But what are the, on that, like traits wise, if someone is in that position at the moment, what are like managers looking for, or what do you think are the best character traits for, why can't I say character traits, when it comes to wanting to move up the ladder?
I think what as in terms of a sales background as such.
Yeah, either or, just moving up the ladder when it comes to financial services. What do you think, like character wise, what do you think people need, or why are people potentially not getting to the next place?
I think the hard work, of course, is essential in any role and any progression that you're looking for.
Yeah,
Knowledge is another thing. I think rather than kind of going through the paces and going into work every day and doing your job and then leaving, actually putting in the extra work to kind of let's learn all the criteria. Let's actually be one of the strongest in the team
yeah,
at knowing exactly what we can do, to the point where you can go and challenge an underwriter and sometimes actually be successful in doing so. I think them
yeah,
kind of qualities where you didn't have to go and do that. You've been told no, so you could have just gone and told the broker or the customer, sorry, we can't do this. But actually using your initiative to say, well, I disagree with this, putting together your own little rationale, and then potentially getting the case overturned.
yeah,
Little
yeah.
things like that,
That
just
is the
showing
difference.
plan.
And I know I got a bit of a I got a bit of a stick the other day for using this terminology, but that is the difference between a donut dropper and a BDM, isn't it? Like someone that can actually get the work done. And I do not. I just wanted to say on this, I did not make that up. I'm pretty sure it was Richard Whitehouse who made up the donut dropper thing,
I love
and I
that.
stole it. But he doesn't watch these, so I can openly
Oh no,
confess
it's
that I
your
didn't
own.
think of it. But it's yeah, it's mine. But it's true though, isn't it? You know, you're like actually having that technical knowledge. Everyone wants to be a BDM, but no one really understands what goes in the background. You know, it's
Yeah.
not just about people liking you. I mean, that's an important part as well, right?
Of course, yeah, yeah. I think the BDM role I think it's slept on a little bit, if I'm honest. And obviously that's me saying it, not doing it anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
I think people looking in from the outside think get to go to nice fancy lunches, breakfast, dinners, drinks, events.
That's what everyone thinks I do. They don't see that sausage roll on the tube.
I saw you doing it. No, I'm joking.
No. Everyone else's job's really easy. Go on, sorry,
But yeah,
mate.
there's just so much more to it than that. Like obviously you do get to do that, and that is, I guess, the positive of the job. But when you're
Yeah.
out having that nice lunch or that nice dinner, all your emails and your missed calls are building up that you've got to remember to do them obviously
Yeah.
when you get home or the next day. So you're constantly
Yeah.
chasing your tail, and organisation is key.
Yeah. Do you know what? I say this to people as well. I speak to brokers who want to become BDMs, and this is not everyone, and it works the other way as well, right? Lending to broking, broking to lending.
Yeah.
If you're really good, you can be really good on the other side. If you're doing it because you're not particularly good, you're not going to thrive on it because they look at it as an easy option, and it's really not. I don't think people understand the amount that goes into, like exactly what you just said. You have to do your job at night because in the day you might be entertaining people or you might be doing the bit that looks cool,
Yeah.
but you've got shitloads of work to do still. Your work doesn't stop because you get to play golf,
Yeah,
once a
exactly. Yeah.
month or whatever it is.
The emails don't stop when you're on
It's
the course. Like,
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't need you.
yeah. That sounds really bad. Emails don't stop when I'm playing golf. I think everyone goes, no, I'll full BDM. But no, it's harder work than people think.
Yeah, definitely.
So in regards to moving up the ladder as well, I mean, was that a shock to you, the head of sales stuff? Was it, I know, like it was, were you gunning for that? Is that what you saw in your future?
Yeah, I mean, definitely was gunning for it. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't in my plans to be head of sales so soon. It wasn't like
Yeah.
that was my plan. By the time I'm 27, I kind of want to be head of sales. That was definitely my end goal, which I was
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the moon about achieving.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
I
it
think
kind of,
that's important as well, actually. Like still having that career drive, but not setting yourself up, by the time I'm 25, I'm going to be CEO. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
but I think,
Has
yeah,
that been important for you? Like, I know where I want to be and I know how hard I have to work,
that's,
but
yeah, and that's what I always say to people is, I think that's been a key part of my career is I've never been kind of greedy. I've never been always looking, all right, I've got the BDM role. What's next? What's next? I've always been the kind of person that when I have a role, I want to be the best at that role. And then when I
yeah.
feel like I've kind of achieved that and I've done everything everything that I think I can, and I've learned all the criteria, then obviously I'd start to kind of push for that. But I think sometimes people can get the BDM role, do it for a year, and then think, oh, I've completed that. What's next? And it's this
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I still
I also
ask
think people
questions.
want to move up. I think people want to move up because they don't enjoy it or they're not good at it. And if you're not, you're going to struggle at the next stage, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
I think there's an element of like, oh, I really want. I speak to brokers. It's worse on the broker market when they go, I just want to manage now. I don't want to sell mortgages. I go, well, there's not really a place for you anywhere. You still got to write business. You know what I mean? You still got to do a bit of business. You still got to go out and see people. There's no like. It'd be great if we the player manager is much more prevalent than the manager, right?
yeah.
You still got to go out and get stuff done. You don't like. We're not. It'd be great, wouldn't it, just to sit
Oh,
and manage, but
well, that's the dream, really. Yeah, but it's not. Unfortunately, that's not realistic. I mean, I was in Southampton last week, Newcastle the week before that.
didn't even come and say hello to me.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was in meetings. Sorry,
Well,
mate.
you're so busy. I never told you I'm busy.
Next time we'll go for a little lunch and a catch up.
Yeah. But sorry, so you're in Southampton and Newcastle.
Yeah, so last week down south in Southampton and Bournemouth, week before Newcastle and Darlington. So my role's from being a London BDM, obviously, in London every day,
Yeah.
which is fine. But now it's kind of all over the country, so and Scotland as
Yeah.
well. So
How you finding that? I know it's only new to you, but it's still like a lot for you to learn, isn't there? I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I'd love to track your journey anyway. I do with everyone because I'm sad and I also love recruitment. But it's because it's a step up for you as well. Like having to manage people, etc. And how are you finding it? How are you were you already geared up for it? I suppose is it or is it all new?
yeah, I think so. I think one of the things that helped me was when I was a BDM, obviously, and where I was one of the kind of the longest BDMs at HTB. I guess I've been there for
Yeah,
6 years now, so I know all the internal staff, all the processes, all the criteria. So I think what helped me was I would naturally help people when they first joined HDB as anything,
yeah,
BDM, sales, underwriter. I would naturally
yeah.
train them, introduce them to people. And I think just doing that consistently over the years, it's helped me
Set you up for it.
transition into this role because obviously it's very different managing brokers to actually
Yeah.
managing a team. But where I've
I'll
kind of,
tell you what is really interesting though, and I get this all the time when I speak to like sales directors, heads of sales and stuff like that it is a bit more of a calling and they already do it before.
yeah,
I don't think like your top media, because, and I say this all the time, I probably, if people listen to more than one episode, they probably listen to the same shit all the time. But I think like, because we're all BDMs at heart, we're all salespeople, like it's quite a selfish job, right? Because you've
yeah,
got your KPIs, you got your sales to do, you'll get paid commission on what you bring in. So actually managing people is not a salesy trait because it's very much about them rather than, we rather than I. But it does show that if you've naturally lent towards that in the past, like you wanted to help people, obviously that puts you in a good step for the future, right? You can see those sort of people.
100%. Yeah, definitely. 100%. And I think, yeah, as I say, that was probably the thing that I think that you would never think about it at the time, but that is what's helped me the most because
Yeah.
when I made the move, kind of I'm used to having a phone that rings non-stop constantly. and it's a different
Yeah.
now. It's my team that's constantly ringing with the team asking me to kind of try and get cases overturned. This has gone wrong.
Yeah.
We're behind on this. Can you help with this? Whereas before it was running
Yeah.
through new deals every day. So it's a very different kind of role, but I'm loving it, to be honest. Absolutely loving it.
Good.
It's going really
Oh
well.
yeah, you know what? It's a natural transition, like you say. If you're one of those people who just likes helping people, it makes sense. What has it meant to you? I'm putting words in your mouth now about how nice Andrea is. I won't. But has it been like having a mentor? Because she's been on the podcast and we've had very similar conversations
Yeah.
about what she looks for in like the future of the leadership and stuff. How's that been? How's it been with like the mentors that you've had there, and how's that kind of helped you career wise?
It has been vital, to be honest, mate. Andrea has been a superstar. She's been so supportive to me. And like you say, I'm not just blowing smoke here.
No, no.
Even not even just in terms of moving from a kind of BDM to a head of sales. Even from the day I joined HDB, Andrea was the one that sent me over all of my training pack and things like that.
Yeah.
And she's just been a vital part of kind of my career at HDB. Very supportive, kind of always there to lean on if there's anything that I'm not sure on in this new role or back when I was a BD. She's always there, always happy to help, and she'll show you how to do it. She won't just tell you what to do, so you go and do it, and then you have the same problem next week. She'll kind of show you
Yeah.
how to do it, so then you obviously learn from that, and next time you haven't got to ask.
Yeah. And do you think that's going to make a difference to your management style? Have you seen the good and the bad actually throughout your career? Do you think, how's that sort of molded you as a manager?
Yeah, I think just what else I think's helped is where I've been amongst the team and teams throughout my career. You can
Yeah.
see, like you said, with good managers and not good managers, you can see the effect that has on the team when you're not when you're within that team and you talk every day to the team, and there's maybe a manager that someone doesn't or two people don't get along with. You can see how much that kind of affects them and affects the wider team. So I think it will definitely play a part in kind of my managerial career. Definitely, I think
Yeah.
I think it's very key to just ensure that the team feel comfortable to come to you.
Yeah.
And so like with
Yeah.
me and Andrea, I don't feel like any question's a silly question. I'll ask her kind of anything that I need to ask her, and I know that she might make a joke about it, and we'll have a laugh about it. But that's part of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I see that as a positive kind of thing, as opposed to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
kind
That's
of not
good.
knowing and guessing and then getting it incorrect. I'd rather just know that I can kind of, and I want,
Honestly makes the best teams. And I know and you speak to Andrea, outside of work or anything like that. And it's not bullshit because she'll say it to you like in a personal thing. She just believes in that team phenomenally, and that to get passed down to you to do it, like that's the magic. And that's also the difference. It works in other businesses where there's shit managers. Do you know what I mean? It's
100%.
really strange when you look at how it tears down. Like it does come from, and obviously she's got great mentors in Alex, etc. It tears down within a business. But I also think that like CEOs and leaders that watch this have to really consider who is representing their business at a mid-management level.
Yeah.
If it's just someone who does a lot of business but like is a bit toxic, like and they don't see it, right? Because they're not in the business like we are. We see everyone. We see the moans
Exactly that,
and stuff. It's huge.
It's vital, really. It's vital because that it's such an important role, because if you get someone there that's toxic in that kind of middle to higher chain, that whole team can just become
It tears down, mate. Yeah, it's the same with everything. Everything in business tears down from the top. So advice-wise, when we're talking about a lot of young people, like you 11 years ago, you and that thing. Well, I know we talked about hard work and etc. But what's the best bit of advice that you got or that you could give now that you think is relevant to somebody who wants to progress their career, or what, especially moving into being a BDM?
I think definitely make yourself heard as such. Like, don't just. I think one thing that maybe I didn't do back at Shawbrook was I was maybe a little bit too content in terms of. I feel like I kind of had a bit of imposter syndrome where I was in a bank at such a young age, at 16, that I was so content, even though I knew I could do the work, and I learned to do that.
Yeah.
Because
We do talk about that, about like making yourself visible, and we tend to a bit shy away from it a bit, especially like as younger people, because like you're a bit nervous, but your head above the parapet, aren't you? But sorry, I jumped in, but carry on. So, do you think that
Yeah,
makes a
definitely.
difference,
Yeah,
right?
because I think when I was at Shawbrook, I was happy. Well, not saying that obviously people are going to be happy anyway, but I was so happy where I was.
And you can be content and driven, by the way. There's
No,
nothing wrong with
exactly.
like
Yeah,
you can still be
that's
enjoying
what I
your
mean. I
job.
was
Yeah,
enjoying it, and obviously
yeah,
people will still be enjoying their jobs. But I kind of just thought I'm kind of lucky to be in the bank as it is. Let's just kind of paddle along until something comes up and I get offered something. And I think
yeah,
sometimes it won't come, it will come, but it will come 2-3 years after when it
yeah,
potentially
yeah,
could have
yeah.
come if you made it known that you wanted that role or you thought you was ready to do that. So that's definitely one thing. Would be to just
That's you know, I'll just jump on that. That's really, really good advice because too many times when we talk, we always talk about working hard and stuff, but actually let people know that you want more. There's nothing wrong with it. Like we're very
yeah,
British, aren't we? Like we're very don't want to like seem like we're too cocky or seem too sure of ourselves or make people think that we can do that job. And we're not saying we can do it. We're
yeah.
saying
And I
that's what
think
we
that was
want.
my own downfall was I kind of thought it would look bad as such. I thought it might look
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm trying to just jump when obviously you got to get the balance right. I'm not saying come into a role and then within 6 months start saying that you've
yeah,
done it and you want to move on. But I was kind of nearly 3 years in, and I was still in the same kind of role. And
yeah.
eventually, I did do that, and then they kind of moved me over straight away into the sales desk.
Yeah, because they don't. People don't
That's the
know, do
thing.
they?
Yeah.
You just like up work hard. People are just, people know I want the next thing, but actually, you got to communicate, haven't
100%.
you? You got to
They
let
thought that
people
I
know.
wanted to become like a manager of the admin team, so they was like, "I'm happy to keep you there."
Yeah,
And then obviously when I got told that, I was like, "I've been over it for so much longer than I needed
I
to
want
be."
that.
Like I've enjoyed it, but do you know what I mean? Just career progression. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
I've been here so much longer. So I think
yeah,
that's definitely one thing because I think when you're young and you're working around people that are a lot older than you, it can be intimidating to do that. So I think that is one thing I would definitely
yeah,
say.
yeah. And like you said, then imposter syndrome, young or old, happens
Yeah,
to us all, right? You get there and you think, I'm not done this, or the next level seems like, shit, that's a toughie, but
it doesn't leave you.
people
I
will
still have
be,
that now. Like it doesn't leave you. You'll
yeah,
always
yeah.
have that. You just kind of get used to it, and you kind of tell yourself that.
I get it. It's nuts. I owned my own business for years, and I still sit in a room sometimes and think, fucking hell, like it's weird that I'm here. Like, is everyone going to find out? I don't know. Well, I know, but that's what you got to remember is you're in that room because of what you know. It is because of what you know. Like I know, I might sit in a room with a bank CEO, but I know more about recruitment than he
Exactly. Right.
does. So he is excellent at running a bank, and that's why I feel inferior. However, they brought me. You're in that room for a reason, aren't you? But it's easy to go, oh God, they've got so much. They know so much more than me. But actually, you're moving up the ladder, or you're in that room for
Exactly
a
right.
valid
Yeah.
reason. So, but it's impossible to say don't
Yeah,
feel
I
imposter
think
syndrome,
it's
because we
healthy
do.
to feel that. I think that's it's a good thing to. It's not the best feeling at times, but it's healthy to feel that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It puts you on edge. I think if you get a bit of an
yeah,
edge to you, like you really want it. You're not too relaxed. If I walked into a room full of CEOs and go like, yeah, I deserve to be here,
yeah,
you think,
exactly that.
yeah, it's probably car across a bit
And
of a
it gives you the
knobhead.
hunger where you feel like, right, I need to show that I deserve to be here, and I want to show myself that I
Yeah, yeah,
deserve to be here. So then it actually makes you it gives you a positive effect, is what I think.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Um, that's really useful. Thank you. And I know people won't know this when we say it together, but this is our
Third
third
attempt.
video this week. So we will say it together. Hopefully it all makes sense. Otherwise it'll be, but I really appreciate your time. It's been great speaking to you. If people want to get hold of you, Danny, whether it's about HTB or whether it's about helping with their career, I'm sure you'll
Of
be open
course,
to speaking to people about how they
definitely.
can move up the ladder. What's the best way of getting hold of you?
So my email address is Danny DANNY dot KIELY at HTV.
Yeah, sorry, your name's at the bottom of there.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
whenever I say it to people over the phone, I have to say it 3 or 4 times.
Oh, you must get Keely spelled 400
Honestly,
different ways, yeah.
the amount of times people are like, I've emailed you a week ago, and then when they send me, I'm like, you put the I and the E the wrong way round. It happens all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
WLEY,
so many ways you can spell it. But
everything.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
first
yeah.
name dot last name
Just contact
at
you, yeah, yeah.
htv.co.uk, and then my number is
Yeah. Don't put your phone on. Don't put your phone
oh,
number on it. By the way, it goes on Spotify. It's
okay,
loads
yeah,
of
nice,
weirdos.
good. I like that.
I'll
I like that.
But yeah, no, but I will genuinely. All your socials will be on ours anyway. So if anyone wants to contact you, but I really appreciate your time today, Danny. Thanks very much, and good luck in the new role. I'd love to get you back on, just to genuinely, just to kind of to go through that journey, because it is interesting. You know, you experienced enough that it's justified, but you're young enough for it to be really interesting for people to see how you move up that ladder. So genuinely would love to get you back on. And thank you everyone for watching and listening. But yeah, appreciate your time today,
mate. I really have appreciated it. It's been great. And I thought, like you say, I'm happy to
good.
in maybe 6 months or whenever you feel necessary. We can come back on here again, and we can.
We'll be old men by the time we finish it. It'll be like, we'll have episode 20 with Danny now. He's moved.
I'll be
Well, I'll be an old man. You won't be. Good stuff. All right, love to speak to Danny.
See you soon.
Thank you, mate.